really big, really orange, really hot.
The flames are spitting out the side of the house. This place is engulfed.
Smells like stuff that shouldn't be on fire.
I don't know what's back there, maybe like a garage. And then it came onto the back side of this house.
It's a multiple unit complex.
I was just at work and they called me and said, your house is on fire. I came home to make sure my partner and my neighbor were not inside. Well, I was worried that she was inside because she works early in the morning, and so she sleeps early. I know my porch is gone, and my dining area and kitchen, and wow. Hello? Where are you? All right, I'll find you. Yeah, they just came out of our house with a chainsaw. All right. All right, bye. Yeah, I found her finally. Yeah.
Oh boy, that's
yeah. Relief. It's not so much the house, it's the people that live inside of it.
You want to start gathering all of
Sometimes when one light goes out,
just need one?
100 more fill the sky. That light tonight
You're holding a candle tonight.
is a small piece of Zach Stachesny.
You're holding on a little piece of light.
My son was taken from me, and that should not have happened. That should not have happened.
Few people here tonight want to talk about what happened, about the rollover crash that injured 2 high school kids. The crash early yesterday that Zach did not survive.
I remember going to his birthday parties, Jacob.
Instead, you get childhood memories.
Zach meant everything to me.
Stories of a kid who wanted to be a firefighter.
He was a great student, a great person.
And the love of 100 strong.
Be a part of Zach. Have Zach be a part of us.
So tonight they hold photos.
Somebody's just passing it around.
Write down a memory, maybe tell it to a friend. They comfort a grieving father.
I miss you, son. I miss you.
And at the end of it all, they look back toward the light and fill the sky with it to replace the light they lost.
Zach, you touched so many people. I don't know if he knew how many people.
The date on the calendar, we know, says New Year's Eve.
Hi there.
But for the staff at the Goodwill store in Ballard,
Everything?
it might as well be Christmas.
Thank you.
And while the presents are slightly used
Very much.
We're moving, so
Will you take hangers?
and arrive in SUVs and minivans instead of a sleigh,
Everything?
there's stuff in here that I've had for years.
That's for you.
Oh.
Thomas Brown and his coworkers take them all in like a delivery from Santa himself.
We've got a snow globe here.
It is, after all, their busiest day of the year.
Been busy all weekend.
A day during which they fill 25 of these blue bins every single hour as people race to make end-of-year charitable donations.
Very grateful.
It feels like
And whether you've been a Goodwill employee for just 1 week like Thomas,
a huge mountain full of donations.
or 10 years like CEO and President Ken Collings,
This is the fun part of my job.
this day, it's all hands on deck, even as the sun starts to set on 2013.
Did your tax receipt, sir?
The truth they'll tell you is that the tax deduction is only part of the reason behind the big crowds. It's also about projects.
Thank you so much. Happy New Year.
A fresh start, out with the old, in with the new. And last but not least, generosity and goodwill.
From the naked eye, you can see it, the rings that mark each year that a tree has lived. But we never really know the story of what happened each of those years, what that tree saw as time passed. These trees will see many more stories in years to come due to Asher Deaver's skill.
Just being able to create something
as his own story unfolds.
Work with your hands as well as your mind for a living is incredible.
When he couldn't afford his own furniture, that need exposed raw talent. But the skill and the saw will come to a halt soon. A few months ago, Asher was on a hike.
And I felt kind of dizzy, felt a little dehydrated, I guess, and just sat down. And the next thing I remember is just waking up and seeing all the paramedics coming my way and just being so out of it.
He had had 2 seizures years apart, but this third one exposed the cause, a brain tumor. Doctors won't know for sure if it's benign or malignant until they operate.
The placement of the tumor is in the temporal lobe, right there, which is where speech word comprehension, all that stuff kind of hangs out.
The stuff that not only crafts wood, but also transitions from the roaring blade to this.
So it's kind of a scary thing, and that's been the biggest worry, is just the placement of the tune. Sorrow is my judgment, loneliness my... Writing music, writing lyrics, even listening to music, you know, comprehending. The older that I get, babe, the less I want to die, but I don't mind.
Just like the grand old trees he works with, Asher has a lot of his own rings and notes on life to complete.
Working hard is worthless. But music is really where that's what I love doing. You go home and have a bad day or whatever, you know, you just go home and write a song about it and everything's fine.
Fine.
'Cause I know now
what it means, different
where I'm going
for all of us.
Just trying to be patient and go about life and enjoy life while I have it, you know. But I guess that's just the way that love will die. Trying not to worry, you know, worrying isn't gonna do anything. Just whatever happens is gonna happen, and hoping for the best.
Because there's just so much more words, and much more music.
Every year on the day after Thanksgiving,
We're going from tree lighting to tree lighting.
Christmas comes to life at the Space Needle.
The big moment, what we've been waiting for, and the start of the holiday season. 4, 3.
But days earlier, and 600 feet in the air,
Yeah, go there in order.
the real countdown began.
Yeah, it's not even a really long ladder, so.
This team of engineers is charged with decking the halls, or rather the roof, of the city's most well-known landmark.
This is 15.
And through the tangle of some 1,200 bulbs, it becomes clear. Matt Waffle most definitely drew the short straw.
Nice.
We've done this in 40-mile-an-hour winds. It has to go up, so the weather's not cooperating. That's when we do rock, paper, scissors or something to figure out who's going to be the one going up there.
Oh, the Olympics.
The good news then is this sunny November day.
You can just barely see Mount St. Helens.
Yeah, we're going to start bringing them up.
And the bad news, as his co-workers use a pulley system to raise 24 strands of lights one by one, is that Matt must remain perched on a ladder rung that's only about an inch wide at the very tip top of the Space Needle.
He's probably hiding behind the poles up there. So his hands are just cold as all.
And because you wouldn't believe us if we told you, we'll let him.
If I can avoid it, I do. I've got a little fear of heights, so. But briefly lash them to the side so they're out of the way. We'll tighten them up later.
He's afraid of heights.
I want to try to speed this up if we can.
Coming up!
Perhaps that's why this crew is working so quickly.
We should turn this into a workout program.
Go ahead!
It really works out the arms.
Whatever the reason.
Yes, this is number 18.
They make stringing sky-high Christmas lights look easy.
Yep, that's the LED bulb. Because there's no filament, when these things get banged around in the wind, it won't break.
Rainier.
And just as Matt starts to relax and enjoy the scenery,
cascades.
the job is done.
Yeah, that's it.
And the timing is perfect.
2, 1. Woo!
Every year, on the day after Thanksgiving, the Space Needle brightens the sky and the mood.
I'd be like totally bummed out if like, oh no, that one up there is out.
For Matt, it is the ultimate payoff.
It's definitely a sense of accomplishment.
And in his eyes, the view has never looked so good.
If every city has a soundtrack, you'll find the music of this sandy little Tacoma Nook in tiny footsteps, in tangled fishing lines, and in feisty sand.
Oh yeah.
You see,
third one.
That's what draws people here in the first place. But it's the other music that stops them daily in their tracks.
Like I say, he comes out on his deck. He'll look to the left and the right.
I give it a few minutes.
Kind of scan the horizon, and then he'll lift his horn, and then he begins to play. We sit up here on our upper deck. Actually, we stand, because one does stand for taps.
That sweet sound from along the horizon is the work of retired Boeing worker Don Britton, who traded in his high-speed job for high notes on a horn. He comes from a musical family, but he didn't pick up the trumpet until around age 10. Put it down later in life, but picked it back up again.
I'm improvising.
Helped along by the encouragement
Oh my God.
of his wife, Jan.
She was unbelievable. She said, you got that special horn and you play it well, and she says, you get out there and play.
So play he did.
This thing is loud now, you realize where you're standing.
Filling their home with Sinatra and Satin Doll. Until his wife's sweet melody was silenced by cancer.
She was tenacious, she was tough, but she staged forward. It's gonna win.
You might say, some men have love affairs with the women in their lives. But Don's affair with his trumpet now fills the void left by Jan.
Makes you stop and take stock about your life and what you're doing and what you should be doing, maybe. I'm probably still suffering from that to some degree.
Since her death, he's continued playing solo, but he found another audience and changed his tune after seeing a 9/11 memorial service.
And there was 4 of them, and they did what they call an echo taps, and I was so impressed with that. I thought, oh my God, I should try that. I'll just play off my deck one of these days, see what happens. If they don't throw tomatoes, maybe I'm all right.
So now, when the day is done and gone the sun, Don steps out onto his balcony and he plays a song you might not expect to hear outside a military base.
And it just kind of goes out over the water.
If I'm outside or if I hear it, automatic.
Those notes to taps, just 24 in total, have become noteworthy in their own right.
It's a reminder of what he gave for us.
Oh my God.
Don's nightly tribute made national headlines not too long ago.
Several months ago, I was sent a video of you playing taps.
Since then, the music notes have been replaced by handwritten
I saw a
ones.
short video and was so touched.
Some come from the other side of the city.
There are just so many.
Others.
Yeah, I do have a favorite. I don't know if I can find it.
From half a world
This
away.
couple was from Afghanistan, and it was husband and wife. My husband and I are deployed in Afghanistan and wanted to send our personal thanks to you for the remembrance.
It's one man's way of serving later on in life.
Touching. They're all touching.
After luck and disease
This is a mechanical leg.
kept him from doing the same when he was younger.
I was 14 when I had polio, so that took me out of the running. But it didn't change how I felt about it.
You see, if every city has a soundtrack,
Very humble, very proud, very touched.
sometimes you can't find all the right words for it.
I can't do better than that. That's all I can do.
But sometimes you don't need to. You find it in all the right notes. On the shores of Dash Point, Lindsay Cohen, KOMO 4 News.